Hello. Welcome back to another Legally Melanin podcast episode. This is Liz.
This is Esther.
This is Hanny.
And this is Binti.
A few days ago, starting our intro, or I'm listening to our intro, I always hear Annie's voice in my head from my earlier episodes. A few days ago. Wow, my voice just went up there just then.
A few days ago, I
feel like I want to ask how's everyone doing, but we've been talking for the past hour, to be honest, on this podcast. So let's do away with that semantics.
We're doing well for anyone that's curious.
Guys, have you noticed that almost every weekend it's been raining?
Really? Yes, for the past 3 weeks, yeah. True.
Yeah. I my laundry is still downstairs.
And that's when I do my washing.
Wow.
Luckily, I was told that it was going to rain, and I decided, okay, no washing this weekend.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I just leave, I give up, and I just leave it there.
I did my washing last week, and it's still downstairs.
Oh my God, wow.
I was going to order my dryer, but I haven't done it yet, so I have to rewash it now and spread it. Anyway. So today we kind of want to talk about something a little bit serious. Not too serious, but a little bit serious, just to kind of spread awareness and also give some tips and whatnot about this particular topic, which you probably know by the title already.
Yes, so we want to talk about mental health.
But before we go full deep into that, 2 of us out of the 4 of us here are from Nigeria. And for those of our, for some of our listeners, you probably already know what's going on in Nigeria right now. If you don't know, basically there are protests going on in Nigeria right now about SARS, which is supposed to be a special anti-robbery squad that was created a few decades ago. To be able to deal with criminal offenses in relation to robberies, firearms and whatnot. But this obviously hasn't been the case because of the corruption and power-hungry situations in Nigeria, as there is in a few other African countries as well. Yeah. So due to the intense police brutality that's been happening for many years and increasingly as of late for things that can be considered as frivolous, things that shouldn't even be an issue, like for instance someone wearing a camouflage clothing items because they just didn't know, or because a youth or a young adult or an adult is walking around and they dress nice, they have flashy outfits, flashy car, they have a laptop, God forbid they have a iPhone XS Max or iPhone Pro, a latest iPhone model, latest Samsung model. These are some of the reasons why the SARS squad or SARS police unit end up, let's say, attacking people. They target them, and then they end up brutalizing them. And also, trigger warning, we're going to mention a few trigger words here that's got to do with death, but they end up shooting the people in cold blood on the streets. They end up arresting some people to the point where their family would know where they are. And this has been going on for many years, and many Nigerians, including myself, have always been thinking, why is the president still allowing this to happen? And this is the reason why protest is happening right now, for it to end. Yes, they did close the unit, but they replaced it with another unit, which they're calling SWAT. But as Nigerians, we can all see through that is just a camouflage, so to speak.
And the fact that during the protest as well, that majority, quite a lot of people were, murdered as well. Yeah, it's quite sad because the president literally just sat there and did nothing.
We don't even know where he is.
Obviously, we're not in Nigeria. We don't really see
what's there.
See it. We don't know what he's doing, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything at this point as the person that is supposed to be looking after the country and the welfare of the people and stuff like that. It's just so sad to see, and it's not something that we expect that you think would even happen, things has happened over the years and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, this is just really big, and a lot of things that's been happening this year that this happening just topped it off, and it's just too much. So just continue to spread awareness, please, so that everyone can know what's happening. Open a petition, support And yeah,
we'll put a few links to petitions and donation link down in the description box, no matter where you're listening to this podcast. There's also the Feminist Coalition based in Nigeria as well that you can donate to, but a few times the links can be inactive, so just check back. Also, if you do sign a petition as well, you can also contribute to the petition after you've signed it. I know that Beyonce also has opened a petition link as well, and I believe Janet Jackson has done something similar to that, if you follow either of them in their social media. And I believe a few other Nigerian celebrities have done something like that as well. So please help the best way you can. So yeah, that's the main thing we just have to say about that. #EndSARS. And with that being said, we also wanted to talk about mental health, not just mental health, but mental illness in general. Yeah. And when we say mental illness, coming from a mental health nurse, which is myself, mental illness covers a lot of things: depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, manic disorder, manic depressive episode, those things. It's very wide range. So if you're someone with a mental illness and also someone who has mental health issues or stress, PTSD, those sort of things, we're hoping what we're about to say or we're going to talk about is going to help you. Yeah. So, and mainly around the stigmatization of mental illness in general. So that's what we're going to focus on now. And also in light of everything else that's happening, and how a lot of people's mental illness can be triggered, and how to help yourself moving forward.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Mental health is very important, but in most times we push it under the blanket or under the carpet, in a sense that people get scared or they don't want to be judged. They feel like they're going to be judged if they talk about what they're going through. It is an illness, like we would put it towards any other illness in this world, but we feel it is stigmatized in a sense that a sufferer or a patient doesn't feel comfortable talking about it. So we would always offer our support to someone who has a mental illness, like be there. Don't be non-judgmental. This is something which can affect anybody. It can affect me, it can affect you, or it can affect you, the listener. So just putting yourself as a whole out there, supporting them, being there for them, and being very non-judgmental. Like, I have to say that one out. Like, we've seen, most people really judge. You have no control over having a mental
over feeling that way. It's normal.
And I wanted to draw on that because you said it can affect anyone, and that's what I've been saying to many people over the years, because ever since I graduated in 2012 and started working as a nurse, the main area I've been working in is mental health, aside from around this past year. And where I am now still has that mental health component aspect to it as well, because it's literally everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are. But one thing I always say to people, like when they find out that I'm a mental health nurse, they always say, oh, I'm not going to say the exact word they say, but, oh, you're going to look after the da-da-da. Like something that's, word that's not positive, obviously. Yeah. And they immediately feel scared that my life is in danger. I mean, there are some aspects of mental health where there's safety reasons, safety risk, but it's not everywhere, So what I always tell people is anyone can be affected by anything mental illness related. You don't even know if you have something that you haven't even realized yet, but you always feel a little bit different, but you still can't place your finger on it. I always say to people that a lot of us deal with stress. Stress can lead into other things when it comes to mental illness. You don't know that. A lot of people have depression and anxiety combined. A lot of people have just depression, a lot of people have just anxiety. You might be one of those people as well, and you don't even know. And just because someone has a mental illness doesn't mean that they're less than, doesn't mean that they're crazy. Mental illness, I think the word itself has a negative connotation to it, to some people, to a lot of people. The moment they hear that, they think, oh, whoa, I gotta stay away from that. But that shouldn't be the case, And over the past years, I've really learned, like, it's not about the person's diagnosis. Someone's diagnosis is not just who they are.
Exactly.
And a lot of people really need to understand that just because they say someone has schizophrenia, they're hearing voices or they're seeing things that aren't there and things like that, doesn't mean that they're not a human being, doesn't mean that they're less than you just because they're suffering or going through something that you're not going through. So anyone, if you hear someone has a mental health issue or mental illness, which these words are interchangeable, that's how we're going to keep using this episode, just try as much as possible not to get yourself to the point of, oh my gosh, oh, that's scary, I gotta stay away from that. Try to understand. Also, anyone who's dealing with mental health issues aren't obligated to explain to you exactly how it is. Do your own research, educate yourself. Just like how we tell people all the time that Black people are not obligated to educate people on
color.
Black Lives Matter and colorism and stuff. Educate yourself on mental health issues before you actually pass judgment. Because you never know what's going to happen. We're not saying you're going to have mental illness or whatever, but you never know what you're dealing with. You never know what other people are dealing with,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I agree with what Esther's saying and what Anifa said as well. Like, when it comes to mental illness, we all deal with things differently. Like Esther said as well, it starts as, like as you being stressed out, and then it slowly progresses, or it can slowly progress. Yeah. And if I'm being completely honest, like, I'm no saint. I've been to that stage where I've been depressed. Like, things happen in life where you're just at that stage and you just find that you can't cope, and that's okay.
Yeah.
There shouldn't have to be an issue around you being depressed. It should be completely seen as normal, because in this life, with the jobs that we do, with everything that is happening in the world, we all get to that point. We get to that point where you go through it, and then you try to sort it out. You seek help. You talk to people that you feel like are going to be supportive to you, and it's going to help your mental health as well. I've been there. I went down that rabbit hole for a few months, but I spoke to people. I sought help.
Professional help.
Yeah, I sought professional help, and that has been helping, so definitely do something like that if you feel like, you sense that you're going down that road. Don't definitely feel like you're going to be judged because of that. Don't feel that way, because you shouldn't have to feel that way.
Yeah, even though we do understand it's easy to feel that way, because a lot of people make us feel that way. At the end of the day, like, you're the one who is going through what you're going through. If you worry too much about what other people are saying about how you are and what you're going through, then you're not going to seek help. Just like Liz said, she's been there. I myself have also been there so many times. I'm still there. It's only the grace of God, the help of professional, the help of friends that you can rely on. I'm going to enunciate that, rely on. So you need to focus on fixing yourself, not fixing, but like focus on
healing.
Yourself, not what they're saying. Focus on healing. Thanks, Binti. Yeah. It's so crazy.
And we also understand that there's some parents that do not understand the words as mental illness.
Let's say African parents, especially African.
If I say that, I should say African parents, because being African myself, I know that it's not something that they understand.
There are a
lot of them understand. They seem to think, oh, it's demonic.
Why you're faking it?
Yeah, you're faking it. Why should you? What warrants you to be depressed?
Yeah,
or what warrants you to have anxiety?
Don't you see there are people suffering in Africa?
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen people like where they were referring them to go to this so and so pastor is gonna pray for you and stuff. This is something serious. This is something which is beyond.
All of that.
And sometimes you just don't know, though, that there's also going through it. So they might not know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, and I do understand, like, there can be that if we're gonna really go biblical or religion, I'm gonna try to be careful with what I say here. There can be that aspect, the spiritual aspect of it, especially if you believe stuff like that, and the help of a pastor is also good as well. But at the same time, if, say for example, if you're not getting counseling from your pastor, if your pastor is not therapizing you, look at that word, I'm coming with it, and you're just praying is good. Yes, it is. It will help. But it often says like heaven helps those who help themselves as well.
Yes, exactly.
Prayer in combination with counseling, therapy
and
is
medication.
Great. Medication. Take it from me. Personally, I am going to tell you right now, prayer and therapy. Yes, the perfect combination. we shouldn't even shy away from therapy just because we're praying. Praying helps. It does. But you also need the two to be able to continue to process your emotion and how you deal with things, how you react to things. Prayer is to like say, Lord, please help me stop feeling this way. And also help me to learn to feel this, to deal with this thing. And there's a reason why God gave a lot of people different professions to help people. It's just like saying, I'm not going to go to the doctor because I believe in God. Even God is looking down at you like, my child, you can't go to the doctor as well. Like, there's a reason why I made them doctors, Yeah. So if it's about religion and your Christianity, Islam and whatnot, don't feel bad about seeking a human help or guidance. It doesn't mean you're just relying on them. Because the main ultimate person you should be relying on is God, yes, but you're also going to a human being as well for guidance. And if they're not helping you, just because someone is a professional, that doesn't mean you have to stick with them. Same thing with a pastor. If someone you're going to for counseling is also not helping you, you can also find someone else as well. And that's why, like, I think Liz was the one I mentioned earlier, like going to the right person for help. So go to the right professional for help, go to the right family member for help, go to the right friend for help, go to the right pastor for help. The right, what do they call it in Muslim? The right prophet, the right sheikh. Go to the right person for help. Thank you.
And like also like Anifa said as well, they're also with the prayer and with counseling as well, medication also helps. There's some people that require a combination of therapy and medication. And again, I'm just gonna say, don't feel ashamed that you're on medication for something that's gonna help you feel better, for something that's gonna help you feel like your life has a purpose, because I know that being depressed or having some other mental illness or disease can make you feel that way. So if that medication is going to be something that helps you feel less shitty than you already are, my language, then take it. Don't feel embarrassed. If people ask you, say it. If they don't understand, then you don't have to educate them, like Esther said as well. Say your piece and walk away, and that's up to them to go and educate themselves on those medication if they want to. And that's up to them. And if they judge, then you shouldn't think about what other people think about you. Instead, you focus on yourself. So that is definitely important, especially with people that are dealing with things like that.
I wanted to say something when it comes to that medication thing. Permit me, guys. I'm sorry if I caught anyone off. Did I? Anyway, I wanted to say, let me mainly focus on depression. Medication, it really does help, as Liz said. I just wanted to say this like as an example. So with a lot of the times with depression, a lot of the times it happens or it gets exacerbated or triggered by other things because our serotonin level is low. Medication helps to balance that. I myself, about a year ago, I was about to go on that.
I thought about it
on
for a
medication.
second.
I spoke to my GP many times about it, and we decided let's try therapy first. And then that started to help. And then we realized maybe I need a dog, maybe I need all these other things, and maybe I need to sleep because my sleep wasn't good, and then we started on melatonin. Again, that's another example as well. If you're not sleeping right and you're susceptible to depression and anxiety and whatnot, that can trigger it as well. So if you're not sleeping right and your doctor prescribes you medication, for example, they prescribe you melatonin, that's to help regulate your help balance your actual melatonin level, and it's kind of supposed to help you. So stuff like that. Like, it's just like if you have a headache, you take Panadol. If you take a Panadol when you have a headache and you're not embarrassed by that, why be embarrassed for taking medication for a mental illness?
Again, it just goes back to the old stigma around it, you know. It goes back to that.
It is,
and it started like years and years ago. And unfortunately, it's hard to see sometimes that sometimes you think it's gotten better, but you also see that it almost seems like it's gone downhill, especially with with people that have not educated themselves enough, or maybe they're just ignorant to it, that they feel like, oh, I'm not, you know, I'm never going to be depressed, or I don't have anxiety.
I think guilt also has to do with that too, especially with, I'm mainly going to say Christians because that's what I am. I think a lot of people as well try not to accept, they don't want to accept the fact that there's such thing as mental illness, because accepting that kind of means like they're saying, you know, God is not great enough to, you know, do you know what I'm trying to say?
I understand.
Because I can't throw my sentence right tonight.
No, I get that. I think there's also the same thing in Islam, because when you have mental health issues, they're like, oh, focus on praying, read the Quran. But like, if that doesn't work, that people start making you feel bad for that not working, as if it's your fault, like you can control it.
Yes.
So I get that.
It's so sad because we live in a world where people judge so much. It's like, why do you have to judge one another? Like, why can't you just accept whatever it is that you see and move on? It's not your place to judge. In fact, God frowns upon judgment.
Exactly.
It's
in
like
both
that.
Bible and Quran.
If you're Christian, why
isn't
do
that hypocritical? Like, you're judging people for what they cannot what's the word? Control. And yet the same reason why you're telling them, thank you. That's what I'm trying to say here.
It's so silly to do that.
And they don't even get that. They don't even actually put it together that they're actually committing a sin by judging them. Like, by
really, exactly. And what a lot of our parents, no offense, parents, but you can take some. That's fine. I'm okay with it. You can take it. It's okay. No offense, but again, once again, take some. A lot of our parents actually need therapy.
Yeah, they do.
Especially with the amount of conditioning they have received and how they were raised as well. I'm not saying that all of our parents were raised wrong. I'm not saying that though. I'm just saying
we didn't say that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, because a lot of us are a product of our environment, and a lot of our parents are a product of the environments they were raised.
Yeah, and back then it was different.
It was different. Ignorance when it comes. Some parents are very ignorant when it comes to this, and they haven't taking the initiative to educate themselves and to feel more better. I've had instances where someone has say someone has a severe mental illness, like this person is just putting up a show, and I'm like, you are not in their shoes.
That's been said to me.
Nobody will be putting up a show to be like that. So just come
put on what's the point of putting on a show? Something like that.
It's easy for them to say because they haven't experienced it. When that literally had been said to my face, and I cried. I remember I was like, wait, and then days later I said, wait a minute, they don't know how it feels, so of course they'll feel like that. So I just end up feeling sorry for them and just moved on.
If things like that are said to me, like, I think that's where Esther and I are different. Like, I'm just gonna be like, okay, screw you then, goodbye. Because whatever it is, I don't want whatever it is that's been said to bring me more down, to ruin my mood. I already feel some type of way, and you saying something like that, I just block them out and just tune them out. That's how I do it. I get it. I'm just like,
me, I let it fester.
You and your mama go away.
It's an effective method.
I let it fester. I mean, my name is Esther, so Esther fester. I let it fester. That's what happens, because I have to process it. I have to think, okay, so how come it's making me feel this way? And why are they saying what they're saying? Is it because they're stupid or because they're stupid?
No, just because they're stupid.
There's a different, exactly. So I just, or is it because, or is it true? Am I actually faking it? And then when I think of other things, no, this one's going to be too hard to fake.
Like, when it comes to mental health, as a person who is not a sufferer, or you have to be that supportive somebody, no matter what, no matter if this person is going to get up in the middle of the night and go, because he's hearing voices, or this person is hearing whatever, you have to be right there for them. You try to be that person who is reliable, who is supportive, and without any judgment, just be there, listen, just like this person is going through this condition. Just be there to listen without judging.
Don't give advice that are not even warranted.
If you don't have the tools to give advice, don't give it.
Sometimes people just want you to listen. And that is it. So if you are listening to this and someone has come to you with that, just listen. Be that person that is going to be supportive. Do not judge them. It's hard for people that are judgmental. So if you're one of those people, try not to judge because God said do not judge. I don't know if you're Christian or whatever, but find it in your heart somewhere to not do that.
And even like it's not even about just not judging. Like just shut up. Just shut up. I'm sorry. I'm just remembering things. Am I projecting? Yes. Thank you, Binti. That's the word. Opinion. No. It's not. People are not. Someone tell me to calm down.
It's okay. Relax.
They're not coming to you for opinion. If someone is coming to you with a heavy heart because of how they're feeling, I'm gonna get emotional, but I won't. They're not coming to you for your opinion. Even if they say, what do you think I should do? Or how can I be happy or whatever? No opinion. If you can't give an advice, just say, honestly, because I haven't felt it or I haven't gone through what you're saying, or because I've gone through what you're saying, I can't tell you exactly what to do. But can we research together on how we can get you some help?
Yes,
that is something a friend of mine did, and I would love her till tomorrow for it. And she's a psychologist, and what she said, she still said the things that she felt I should do based on her, because she's a psychologist or a counselor, but she still said, go and see your doctor. Not just blah, 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 do this, do that, do this, do that. I told you should do that. I told you should do that. I told you. No, it is. Please go and see your doctor. Help. This is what I think would be good, but speak to your doctor, please. Go and see your doctor and see what they say. Tell them what I've just said and see what they say about it. And that's literally what I did. And even though I'm a mental health nurse and I knew these things, these are the same things I've said to my clients, my patients all the time. Let's talk to your GP. Yeah. But when you're going through something like that, you almost forget everything else. And you just need a push, a guidance. And in that moment, for months that I was in a rut, I was like, okay, I need to go and get my melatonin prescription, and I also need to go and speak to a doctor finally about therapist. Boom. Yes. Like, that's it. If everybody has an opinion, not everybody. Everybody, what opinion is like an asshole.
Everyone has
Everybody has it, but a lot of them stinks. Yes. If you don't have a good advice, shut up.
And honestly, like, I'm sorry. I'll just add to that on what Esther said. Like, it's really good when you have supportive people as well, even supportive professionals and stuff. Because I remember as I was slowly going down that rabbit hole, like, I think my sister Esther noticed that as well, and we talked about it. And then I went to my doctor, and I just started bawling my eyes out. Like, I just couldn't stop. And then it's like, as a nurse, right, there's nothing shameful about you asking for help. I said, I know that. I just found it so difficult because I didn't actually think I was going through it until it started to hit me. And it was very supportive in the way that it said, okay, well, let's do this. Let me hook you up with this person. You can talk to them. Then in the event that you're feeling okay, then you can decide to stop it. Till now, I'm still seeing a counselor. I'm still talking to them because there's still days that are low and high. It happens. So please, don't take unsolicited advice from people that are not
unknown.
And don't take it as gold.
That are just not it.
And just because someone is older than you, just because this person is an African auntie or uncle, just because they're your pastor and they're saying something that you can feel in your bones, it's not going to help you. You don't have to take it. And
wow, Hanny.
But that's true though. That's literally it. I literally sent a link to Liz in the past couple of days about a biblical thing, and the guy was talking about a lot of religious people actually staring you the wrong way. Like just they're saying things and they're using the name of God and all of that stuff, but they actually what they're saying is actually not right. They're actually steering you the wrong path. Again, we're not saying don't listen to your spiritual leader, don't listen to your pastor and all of that, but like you also have, this is talking to those who are religious, Christian, Muslim, and what have you. You also have direct access to God. Talk to him yourself. If you feel like your actual pastor or sheikh or whatnot is not helping you, talk to God too.
Yeah, at the night. My mom always says, actually, just wait in the middle of the night. God hears and answers prayers in the middle of the night. So
I think that's more of an African thing. God hears you anywhere, anytime.
Anyway, so because she assumes it's all quiet. And,
true. True.
So
still,
just sit down in your bed or on your couch or whatever, and
or in the corner of your house.
And then I'm not a very prayerful person personally, so but in that sense, I would agree with
And prayer doesn't just have to be you just kneeling down. I mean, kneeling down is humbling yourself, humility, and all of that. It's great, but like if you say, for example, if you just wake up, you and something woke you up and you don't know what it was, you can just start talking. Prayer can also be a conversation. It can be like a conversation as well with you and God. Prayer is how you choose to do it, not how others say it is. As long as you feel humble in that moment, you feel connected, go and talk to him yourself as well. You ain't gotta rely on just human beings. On just your human beings pastor. You ain't gotta rely on that. Focus on yourself. Go and talk to God yourself. And also, if you're not religious and whatnot, and you, again, as Liz said earlier, I think Liz said it or Annie said it, you don't speak to the right people, preferably outside of your family member, especially if your family members are not, exactly. If they don't understand.
If you've gotten so scared of being judged, there's lots of help out there. Like
a lot.
There's
even online help.
There's Beyond Blue.
There's better help.
There's
24/7 service that you can just call someone in the middle of the night because you want to talk.
And they'll listen to you.
Helpline.
It is very normal to suffer, to be with a mental health condition or to be with a mental health whatever. Just feel that like it's normal. Like you would say someone has this disease and just and then also the most, us, whoever our listener is or whoever is going to listen to this, like being non-judgmental, just take that person the way I can never stress how
I know you keep saying that because you've seen some shitty people
judge like, oh my god, that one has a mental health illness, that becomes a gossip, that becomes bad.
I know
and
like someone else's trauma should not be a topic of your own gossip.
And then I've seen people saying like the cuckoo one, the cuckoo one,
they say that's the word I was trying not to say. Like, that's what I was trying not to say earlier. That's what they say.
And then like, you motherfucker, you can also get it. You have a brain.
Karma is real. I know.
True though.
Karma is real. So if you have a brain in your head,
and a heart in your chest.
So
be nice.
Just be nice. This is something I'm very passionate about. Exactly. People end up doing very, very unthinkable things to themselves, like people harming themselves. So I've become very passionate about it. Like So I don't know. I can never stress how much I would.
It's honest.
It's okay. I was gonna say, isn't it so hypocritical that the people that are judging people going through trauma or having a hard time, and then something happens, God forbid, self-harm and all of that, and they say, R.I.P. such a good person.
I know. Why did you
were judging them when they were alive? Why not show sympathy while someone is alive?
That's how hypocritical.
Oh, she's dropping.
We can never be 100% serious because of all our blow drama. That's so she said it's so hypocritical.
I know.
And me and so really. Honestly, words were invented by people who have self-esteem issues. So that's all I have to say, because they have to have something bigger than some other people.
So speaking of mental health, that is one reason, like, you can always reach out to somebody, grab your phone and say, hey, haven't spoken to you in a while, are you okay? Checking on somebody as easy as that. You would never know how much just that little call
will help.
Can help somebody go further.
It can I say as well, just because you're calling someone to check on them doesn't mean they're obligated to pick up your call either. Please,
exactly.
respect yourself as well, because I know myself, like if I'm going through whatever it is at that point, and you're trying to call me, I don't want to talk to you, I won't talk to you. And then don't be mad. Respect that. Just send a text, because then if you then get mad, that really shows that you're not calling because you care. You're calling because you feel obligated to.
Just want a safe face, really.
Like, no. A good text goes a long way. I understand you know, I know I understand your feeling. Blah blah. I'm just checking on you. I'm here whenever you need, and if you need to talk, boom. Or what do you need? Do you want me to help you order food or whatever? Just don't get mad. You mean it exactly.
Yeah, not just say I'm here, whatever you need, and then someone replies back and like, I need this, and you never reply for the next 10 days.
Yeah. And then you end up going to gossip with someone else and say this person is blah blah blah. But you offered. Be a person of your word. There's so many shitty people out there. It's so crazy.
Don't offer if you don't mean it.
But the good
thing
is,
and if you don't have the tools to help, don't offer.
And don't gossip. It's just a disease like any other disease.
It's not even disease. It's just it's chemical imbalance. It's a lot of things, but it's also it's not abnormal. In fact, I feel like those of us with mental health issues or whatever are even more normal than other people, because we're more in tune with how we're feeling, more self-aware.
And the thing is, when it comes to mental illness, things like that, like stress, depression, anxiety, all these things, it comes with our job as well. People like professionals, nurses, doctors, lawyers, accountants, all of that.
Teachers.
The day-to-day stress can lead to things like that.
Yeah.
And it over time progresses and progresses.
Customer service.
Yeah, because it means that...
Oh my God, seriously.
That's one of the reasons I don't want to be like a family law lawyer, in a sense that I don't feel like my mental health or my mental well-being will be very much cared for if I'm, listening through all those traumas people have gone through, like especially where children are involved and stuff. I'm like, hey, for my mental well-being, I would stay out of that. So lawyers still do stuff like that, and doctors, your own doctor, may be going through something
in every areas. I'm a nurse, and I don't always feel like my mental health is important to wherever it is that I'm working, and that's the truth, sadly. But that's the truth, and that's why we always have to take it upon ourselves to take. There's something called mental health day. You can take a mental health day from work and say, I have to be off today because I'm just not feeling right. Especially if you're working in a profession where people's lives can be in your hands and whatnot, or life decisions, or nurse, doctor and whatnot. I always say this: if I'm not feeling 100%, especially being a mental health nurse, I'm a mental health nurse, and my mental health is not up to par. And now I'm going to go and look after my mental health client. How am I supposed to give people recommendations, or how am I supposed to give them the best? That's the word. Thank you. Best care when I'm not feeling tip top. Say for example, I think I'm about to get personal. When if I have to go and work in a eating disorder ward, and and I'm feeling, without disclosing too much, I'm not gonna go because I won't be of great help. That's the thing. You also need to put that into consideration as well, because I've seen a lot of people push themselves and go to work when they're not feeling tip-top. But if something were to happen to someone else, you're going to be the one to blame.
You're liable,
And
you have the duty of care.
Exactly. And someone else is suffering because of you. I understand we all need money. I understand it can be difficult. But this is why, even though we might not feel supported in our place of work in terms of mental health issues and whatnot, still let them know, because just in case, even if something were to happen, at least you let them know and it's gone on record. God forbid. But just please, everybody, look after yourself. Really look after yourself. Don't care what anyone else think, because as I said, opinion is like assholes. Everybody has one. A lot of them stink. They really do stink. Don't care about what they've got to say. Focus on yourself. Pray, therapy, counseling, sit with yourself, meditate if you can. I personally, I cannot meditate because it's too quiet for me. I can't really.
Really?
I actually can't. I remember that my friend said, she said, let's meditate right now. I said, I can't do it, because while I'm hearing the voice guiding me, the meditation voice usually, I'm like, I wonder what the guy was doing before he started doing this voice recording. I wonder what his life is like. I end up thinking about something
get distracted. Oh my God.
The only thing that's worked for me, I know I've just gone sidetracked, that's mainly worked for me was when my therapist told me, when you sit down, you know, look around and notice 6 things around you. And then say some things about those 6 things. That's the main thing that's helped. Me sitting there to meditate, nope. Doesn't help. Yoga helps a lot more.
I love it.
If I meditate or yoga?
No, meditate.
Oh, yeah. I cannot.
I'm sorry too.
It's not easy for me. It's too quiet.
I can't do it either.
Yeah. See?
I tried to do it, and as I was sitting there listening to the voice, I was just thinking, oh, what did I do yesterday? I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
so
even during yoga, I'm
for me.
almost thinking that too. And the only reason why I snap out of it is if I'm doing an uncomfortable position, I'm like, this freaking hurts. I need to stop.
Then you should
Yoga
try
helps.
the practice of mindfulness, where
I used to facilitate mindfulness group, honey. I know all about it. It doesn't work for me. I used to do the whole picture the ocean. I still have the tapes. I still have I used to facilitate relaxation class. I remember I'm a mental health nurse. I used to do all of that. It doesn't work for me personally.
Yeah, it really personally works for me in that I try to draw back my mind to being there, being in the present moment, not like going back in yesterday or something.
Let's swap bodies.
And it's so crazy because I can literally guide all 3 of you, except Liz, because I can guide you through it. Like I'm the only thing I don't have when it comes to relaxation mindfulness is a certificate, but I can literally guide everyone through it. But if someone is not doing that to me, you just hear me laughing randomly for no reason because I immediately think of something funny or something.
Your mind
I still haven't found the mindfulness.
My sister was telling me like she's trying to do meditation and stuff, and then every time she thinks about, I haven't paid this bill.
Yes.
I haven't paid this bill. So
Exactly. Do you know what? I tried to do that because I have insomnia and I take melatonin for it. So I was like, I'm not going to take melatonin today. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play all the sounds that they say supposedly
background noise
is meant to help you sleep. And I played it. So I think like I let it go 5 minutes into it. I was like, what the fuck is this? It's fucking annoying. And I ended up turning it off because I just kept thinking, like Hanny said, I have to pay this bill. Oh no, I didn't do this thing today. And then it was just better for me to turn it off and just stare at the ceiling.
Yeah.
Than
If
me
I'm
listening
listening
to that sound.
ocean sounds and whatnot, I just keep getting up to go and pee. That's the thing. I mean, I play sometimes on my, I don't want to say her name, the Amazon thing. The lady
that one.
That shall not be named.
Yeah.
ALEXA. Yeah. I've played it once or twice. And I'm like, okay. And I call her name. Reduce the volume. Reduce it to 1. And then it gets to 1. I can't hear it anymore. And then I can hear it a little bit. I'm like, I need to pee. And I call her name again. Stop playing. I'm tired. I don't want to hear it anymore. And again, the main things that does help is like if I play stories, something engaging, and then you fall asleep to it. That's why falling asleep in front of the TV is easier than falling asleep for me. Listening to ocean sounds and whatnot. Yeah.
Anyway, guys,
everything helps me.
as we
said, I know. I'm sorry,
No,
Liz,
like
wait.
background noise.
Even a moving bus helps Binti go to sleep.
I can sleep in the bus. I like how.
Do
it
you
moves.
fall asleep during meditation too, Binti?
I have. Yes. I have. Because it's very quiet, and then you just close your eyes and you fall asleep.
Especially in a guided meditation, you wake up to somebody saying, "Now you can breathe in deeply." And like, where was I?
Actually, I've had clients fall asleep. I've had clients snore during relaxation class. I've had clients snore, and then I go next to them when I want to say, on a count of 3 or when you're ready, open your eyes slowly. But I stand next to that particular person so they can hear my voice, and then they go. And then when they went out done, they now stretch. That was good. I said, well done. That was a good nap for you.
Peaceful.
It is peaceful. I do love peaceful. I do love facilitating
Peaceful,
it. There's something about facilitating that also makes me feel relaxed because you have to talk in a, and you know me, I don't have a quiet voice.
Yeah,
but you have to talk in a mellow voice. Yeah. So I think talking in that forced quiet, mellow voice does
slow.
And it helps me there too, but not when I'm just being guided now. Yeah. But anyway, we're saying all of that to say
find something
meditation.
Find something,
that works. Exactly. Try meditation, yoga,
seek
help
along with the help that you're
exercise,
receiving as well.
There are free help if you I think permanent resident and citizen, you and you're in Australia, you can get 10 free sessions with your GP can organize that, and then you get 10 free sessions with a therapist or counselor, and then after that you start paying. It's roughly around 130. I'm not trying to scare you. It's I'm sorry, I didn't even mean to say the price.
No,
it depends.
And also,
and it doesn't have to be every week.
Yeah, if you can't afford the services like Beyond Blue, I forgot the rest of the names. But Beyond Blue, I believe they offer like free. You just speak to anyone. Yeah. But the thing is, sometimes you do speak to different people. It won't be the same person. So just be mindful of that when you do call them. Yeah. But they do offer. They're there as well if you can't afford a therapist or counselor. Yeah. But just make sure you seek help if you're going through that. Do not be afraid. Do not have a feeling that someone's going to judge you. That's up to them to think whatever. Just make sure you look after your health. If they judge you,
judge them back.
And your well-being.
No, don't judge.
No, if they judge you, give them a middle finger.
And also poke your tongue out while you're doing that.
Walk away.
And walk away. Flip your hair and walk away. Okay? You tell them, well, I'm going to seek help. So you need help with your judgment thing. So God help you. Just tell them I'll pray for you. Anyway, that's it for our episode today. And if I was about to say anyway.
Were you?
Yeah,
I heard
of course.
I am so programmed in that.
Two things. A few days ago. And anyway, every time she always has to say it.
Am I that soft? I feel like I'm very.
That's how you are.
Go and say it.
Listen to your voice. You always say anyway.
I feel like when I'm speaking to people, I'm like, hey, this is Hanifa.
No, you think it's...
No, that's what you think. Hanifa, that's not what you sound like.
That's not how you
Your
sound.
voice is thinner than that.
I put on my lawyer voice.
That's what you think.
You have a lawyer voice?
You do have it.
Hanifa,
Hanifa, I've sat next to you during law competitions.
Your
do you
voice
remember those
soft.
meeting competitions we did? Your voice was low.
And then the final moment after says, can you speak up, please?
Monica shares a law competition, by the way, and Annie and I we were in a team, and she was trying to tell the judge to go to page 15, I think it was.
Was it page
She
15?
said, if I may call you the judge's attention to page 15, please. And the lady said, pardon, what's that? She said page 15 before 16.
But they couldn't hear her.
They still couldn't hear.
The
And then later they were like, oh, right. I think I ended up also saying 16.
Your voice so you think you have a lawyer voice? You don't have one.
Honey, your voice is thin. But Anifa's voice has gone up since we met. Remember when we first met?
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember how low Annie used to talk?
I was this shy person.
No, I know. And
I was shy. I was like, I wasn't very confident. But over the years, my confidence has boosted up. And
it has.
You have
well
to.
done. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
Anyway.
Annie, you can say your anyway.
Anyway, this concludes our episode for today.
Yeah.
We hope you found it informative and
helpful.
We hope that this will help you go seek help if you are suffering from mental illness.
And if you feel like you need help,
And if you feel like you need help as well, just make sure you go through the proper channels. So we hope you found it helpful, pretty much.
Yeah. Also, check the link down below for petitions and donation links for what's going on in Nigeria, and also a couple of other things as well. And also, we'll try and put some links down below as well for, I think, Beyond Blue, like helplines and whatnot.
Helplines,
and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks so much
again,
for listening.
This is Hanny.
This is Esther.
Liz.
And this is Binti. You guys said at the same time.
We did. And once again, you've been listening to the
Melanin
podcast.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.
Ayo.